I'm pissed off at your husband. Let me say it like this. Every wife in a similar situation-ish, if you're really honest with yourself, you feel like the chips are on the table and he chose mom, not you.
Am I wrong to feel upset about unequal treatment at work? And should I confront my management, quit, or let it go?
Ooh, this is a good one.
And a little side note on this one is I work for my husband's family.
Awesome. How's your marriage?
So it's great, actually. We've been it's honestly probably strengthened it, if anything.
So before you even ask, what is he telling you to do?
He is kind of in the same boat I am. Not really sure. I think that I'm kind of thinking, we're kind of both thinking maybe we should talk to them about it, but also we're not really sure if it's our place. So I'll kind of give you some background information and you can see what you think.
All right, let it rip.
So I have worked for this company since 2020, right after I had my first baby. And then since then, I'm still working for the company. And since then, I have had 2 more babies, one in 2022 and one in 2023.
Good Lord, your house is a boring place, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, it's crazy.
That's
they're
3
all
kids
boys,
under
to make
5?
It better. Yes, sir, I do. And they're all boys.
Wow.
Yep.
That's why we drink. Congratulations. Way to go, Nicole. All right,
Thank you. So recently, my sister-in-law, who also works at the company, she had a baby. And I found out as she came back to work, she was paid her full wages and during her time off. And she has also been allowed to work from home. Now, I was not paid anything during my maternity leave either time. The second time in particular is the one I guess I'm a little more focused on because I left that into that maternity leave. I was working full time at the time. And when I went to go back to work, I had also asked to work from home and I was told that I couldn't. So finding this out, my feelings have been a little hurt and I just felt like maybe I'm not as appreciated in the office as I once thought I was. I've always worked really, really hard for them. And they've said that they've always told me I'm a great worker. And so I've just been a little confused about how to go forward with this information.
Why didn't your husband go storming into his mom and dad's house and say, what's going on here?
I mean, we both are kind of not
No,
I guess.
I don't care about that. Like, you get to say, like, I'm kind of not like that until somebody... And it makes it worse because it's my sister, right?
Yeah, it's his sister, yeah.
Right, so these are both your grandkids. And I'll get into the family business dynamics here in a second, but, like, I'm interested in Like, I'm just putting myself in this position. If my wife had a kid and my dad was... her boss and my sister's boss, and one of his a woman's pregnant with one of his grandkids, and he's like, yeah, your butt's gonna be back here on work on Monday.
Yeah.
And then another woman's pregnant with another one of his grandkids, and he's like, nah, you take your time. Work from home. I'm just gonna pay you. The money's just gonna show up.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'll be in there for that next morning. Where's your husband on this? I don't care. You don't get to say, like, I'm just not like that. I don't give a crap. You're not doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting for both of us.
No! It should be upsetting for you.
It is upsetting for me. I was very upset to find out about it. I was pretty furious that day, and I thought about just storming out, and then I was like, I'm going to take some time, go home and talk.
I would have. I'm an impulsive baby sometimes, though, but I would have quit.
Well, I'm trying not to be an impulsive baby.
I know, you're mature. I struggle with that. But
I've tried to take my time and just think about...
Does your husband work there, too?
So he actually recently, about 6 months ago, became a police officer. So he doesn't work there anymore, but he was up until that point.
All right, here's the truth about family business.
Okay.
Sometimes the kids get treated differently.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yes.
I would have assumed that you're one of the kids.
Right.
Your in-laws have confirmed you are not.
Yeah.
And so... I want you to imagine, you may have heard me talk about this. I want you to imagine you have like a small wooden box on your kitchen table.
Okay.
And in that box, I want you to imagine, and the number should be 4, 5, or 6 people who get to speak into your life in that box,
Mm-hmm.
who have permission to hurt your feelings, have permission to challenge your values, have permission to really come at you like, hey, are you sure this is right for your kid? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I want you to consciously take them out of that box.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you don't love them. That doesn't mean you don't highly respect them. That doesn't mean you don't do everything you can to get to Christmas or whatever. That means as you had a picture of what this loving, connected relationship was going to look like with these in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
You had a picture of what kind of grandparents they were going to be with your with your kids and their grandkids and your relationship with them and whatever. And there's also this work relationship. I don't want to jeopardize the family side of this because I have a integrity question when it comes to business management.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take them out. And if you're financially able to, yeah, I'd put in my 2 weeks. If you're not, I would keep working until you find an opportunity that's going to be great for you.
Okay.
And with 3 kids under 5, I am going to, it's going to be a tough road to hoe, right?
Right.
It's going to be tough. Do they pay you in a way that's cost prohibitive for you to move?
No, honestly, I don't make a ton. I work pretty part-time hours.
Okay.
Since having my third, especially, just because I don't have a ton of childcare options, and it's not a like super high-paying job, so it wouldn't really cover the cost of childcare anyways.
Gotcha. So let me tell you,
that's
you're right to have your feelings hurt. I have my feelings hurt for you.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It just feels yucky. I'm pissed off at your husband.
Oh, yeah.
I am. And
I am a little sometimes too.
okay,
And
that's what I was digging for. You owe it to him and your marriage to not keep secrets.
Yeah.
Because we often think about protect and provide, right? We're going to protect and provide. And he's a cop, for God's sake. That's my gang, right?
Yes.
And he knows how to handle a gun. He knows how to handle himself. He's got a taser on his, he knows how to do that, but he doesn't know how to call his mom and say, Mom, what the crap?
Yeah.
And sometimes protect is about muscles and bullets, fine. Most of the
Right.
time in the modern world, protect is about, you will treat my wife with dignity and respect and honor. And this is dishonoring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Is that fair?
Yes, that's totally fair.
Okay. Here's the thing. Man, because let me say it like this. Every wife in a similar situation-ish, if you're really honest with yourself, you feel like the chips are on the table and he chose mom, not you.
Mm-hmm.
Or he chose the keeping the peace with mom and dad over, hey, this something doesn't feel right here. And by the way, they're the boss. They can do whatever they want.
Right.
But come on.
Yeah.
It's your grandkid, right? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't want this to be a small potted plant. Like I'm just thinking of like a clay pot with soil in it that you hold in your chest. That's a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Where a seed just got planted of, yes, I trust him that he'll fight for me. Yes, I trust he'll take a bullet for me. But man, he didn't even call his mom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, you're right.
And so it's now going to be on you, and this sounds unfair, and people are going to be mean to me in the YouTube comments, and I don't care. It's now on you to not, like in my estimation, again, I'm only getting one side of the story. He might come and be like, bro, you don't understand. Actually, my wife's a terrible worker. My parents have been telling me that, and I don't know what to say. Like, so there's a whole other side, I'm sure. But from where I'm sitting, he messed up by not going and saying, hey, mom and dad, I need some clarity on this. This doesn't look right to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that was a glitch in your relationship. That was something that puts you second place. And he said, before God and family, no, you come first, right?
Yeah.
On the other side, I don't want you to hide this plant the seed and have this grow into some sort of resentment, frustration, because it will, and it'll come out in weird ways. I don't want you to put a glitch in the relationship too. I want you to come across the bow and say, hey, we need to talk. Like this, I'm gonna resign this position. I'm gonna let them go to their thing. I want to have a grandma and grandpa more than I want to have always be looking over my shoulder to see who's getting, like, whatever. I'm gonna opt out.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I gotta be honest with you. I wish you'd called your mom. Wish you called your dad.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely talk to him about this and tell him the truth for sure.
Okay. I just know secrets blow up relationships.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry this happened. This is a bummer, dude.
I know it is. It stinks too. The job has honestly been one that I've enjoyed. But at the same time, I'm home with my kids a lot, and it makes me happy to be home with my kids. So I'm kind of looking forward to that just being have my full attention for a while.
Can I tell you one last thing? I don't know if this will give you any peace, but hopefully it does. I'm going to sound like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth and my butt at the same time. Don't take this personally.
No.
I don't think this was a slight against you. I think it was a do whatever you want daughter. And I bet with the pace of the job, the pace of all the babies, the pace of blah, 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 blah. Son quit. He went and got another job. Like with just everything going on, I'm hoping that there wasn't a plotted effort to, no, let's make her life miserable.
Right.
It was more like, oh, daughter, you do whatever you want. You're our sweet, precious daughter. You can't do anything wrong. Right. And I bet your husband would be like, that's always been that way since she was 5 years old. Probably.
Yes. I think he would say that.
And so it's one of those like, I'm not going to take it personal. I'm not going to give you all that. I'm taking you out of the box. I'd rather y'all be just fun, silly grandparents and whatever. I want to preserve that, and a part-time job isn't worth it. And me wondering why I'm getting treated differently. I'm just going to step out. I'm going to step out. And husband, next time you pick me over mom. You pick me.